nobody.
This the way. Oh, hey, welcome to the South Side, where we cover the storylines and the stats of the NFC South. Y'all forgive me. I was putting away all my draft picks because I want to save them for next year. My bad. Name's Corey. I'm your host, man. I got my boys with me, Frodo. I got Kratos, and I got my boy Rich Dollars with me. And we're gonna jump right into week 9, leading off with Panthers versus the Packers. Rich, how you feeling about that?
Man, a win is an actual win. It was a very ugly win at that, but a win is a win nevertheless. I don't know how you can actually continue to go out there and compete when you have a team put up 369 yards on you in total offense and still manage that game. But we did just enough to actually get the win, man. So I would take that. But we still need to make some improvements with Bryce Young. He's still going out there making mistakes, man. You can't fumble the ball. Luckily, it was recovered, and you can't actually keep throwing these interceptions. You can be right up there with Geno Smith very shortly. But like we talked about, previous, man, you got to kind of stick to the bread and butter, and that's actually, feeding the ball to Rico Dowdle. And once again, he showed you that, he's worth it with the 25 carries for 130 yards with those 2 touchdowns that actually carried us to the win. So I'm very happy to get a win, but we have a lot of improvement to do on the defensive side of the ball as well as the offensive side of the ball.
Hey, we saw life in the Panthers on Sunday, and me and Telly was watching it. They finally got an identity. I think they have an identity now. It just took somebody to bring it out of. What you think, Will?
Well, I guess it's Dowdle because boy, that dude running, he got that Flintstone feet.
That's an identity.
Carolina, bro, y'all, I'm loving the run. Y'all played a great damn game. I'm pissed off at the old boy for the drop interception towards the end zone. I will voice that. I did. Because I was like, damn, that was easy. That was easy. And I get it. But I'm just saying, y'all did y'all thing this weekend.
How you feel about Love's performance in that game, Telly? I know we own Panthers, but against that Panthers defense.
He took an Atlanta Falcons script with him this weekend. Just didn't show up to play. That's it.
Yeah, he's like a Jekyll and Hyde type of quarterback, man. Some days when he's on. He's looking like the best in the league, and on other days he look worse than Daniel Jones. And we're gonna talk about Daniel Jones later because there was a real Daniel Jones sighting on Sunday also. But yeah, Jordan Love, shout out to that Panthers defense, man, because I think the turning point was when they hit your quarterback. It wasn't out of bounds. Yeah. But he gave himself up. Me and Telly debated like it was. Telly was saying it was a legal hit. I'm like, yeah, but it's like
that should have been a penalty. Man.
It's certain codes that Bryce clearly gave himself up. I think personally that was the turning point right there in the game. Telly saying it's not. We like I said, we talked about
it. Eat him up. He was in Mahomes. He ain't Mahomes yet. Eat him up.
Come on, Telly. Why you bully? Why you picking on the little guy? That's a bully. I would have hit him up too. I know you're at 6'4". Even though they tell you, he's 5'10", 5'11", bullshit. That motherfucker, he may be 5'9.5". So you're gonna be picking on little people, Telly. Shame on you.
He got the ball in his
hand. Shame on you.
got the ball in his hand, he getting paid like everybody else.
He clearly gave himself. He clearly was giving himself up. So that tells me you hit a
give
man
up
with
enough.
glasses.
He ain't give up enough.
Well, I do know this, that Vegas had Panthers by minus 13. You know,
And they
so
lost some
that
money.
game, you lost your money if you follow that. You know, but like I said, I feel like the team has an identity, and they don't keep running him. It's going to be a shame, because the more he runs, the better the passing game opens up for Bryce, and the more less pressure on Bryce. Because hey, he was making some throws that day. Boy, McMillan was snatching them out of the air. You know, the receivers was on point. That was a good game. But you also got to remember, we always play other divisions hard. They don't know what they're gonna get out of us except for the Saints. You know, so we play other divisions hard or whatever. But when it comes to that inner division, you know, it's a slugfest. So it's gonna be pretty interesting, because the Panthers are 5-4, and they definitely trending upwards if they could just keep the momentum going. Rich?
Nah, we should definitely keep the momentum going. Looking at our next opponent, so I definitely think that we should get a dub. But Bryce got to do better than 11 for 20 and 102 yards, bro. You can't get it done like that and continue to win ball games with those meager numbers. But I'm looking for him to actually triple that next week. With a few touchdowns, and we should be 6-4.
We but, before we jump on over to our next topic, Kelly, what's up with that background, man? I just I just noticed that.
Oh, the Falcons drinking. Oh, I didn't realize that. That's funny.
Hold on. Let me.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
what's that? Already? I mean, y'all signed a kicker. You signed a kicker, so you should be back on the right
keep saying
track.
that junk, man. You keep saying that junk. I know it's low key jokes. You know I know.
Hey, y'all signed a kicker today. So that, you know, speaking of kick, you know, we had a competitive game, Atlanta versus the Patriots. Drake May was going down the field competing against Penix when he got it together. It was a show, but it all came down to one kick. Atlanta ended up losing by 1 point. Your thoughts on the game, Kelly?
Hold on, I'm gonna tell you my thoughts right now.
Yeah, because I was gonna ask you about Penix's performance in particular. Like, he taking a quarter off every game. First quarter he good, second he ain't, third he good. You know, he flip flop.
The whole team is doing that, man. We're like a bunch of damn fish out here. So you know, that's how I feel about the game right now. That's all my comments right there about the game, about the next game, about the game after that. Until that happens, that's all I got to say.
Oh man, that's funny.
That is hilarious. But as a person who's been in that seat several times, you know, hang in there, buddy. We'll keep your breath.
So you mentioned my kicker. Just take a look at this.
Yes, we did.
Take a look at this.
Absolutely. That's why we say you was one kick away. I mean, they high percentage kickers.
But his point is, look who the signing was in comparison to who they had.
Well, who does that?
Yeah, so me on the outside looking in, and I agree with Telly, that makes no fucking sense. Yeah. You know, whatsoever. So when you're talking about like, exactly. So when you're talking about like, hey, how do people actually do in the trade deadline to pick up players to actually be essential to their team to actually get them on the next level? Atlanta definitely, in my opinion, gets a fucking F+.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That made no sense whatsoever.
Absolutely. So, nah, man. I have no excuses, nothing to say about my team. Only highlight that game that I was happy about you probably even heard me shout at TV when we was at the spot on Sunday. For my 2 rookies, number 27, number 11,
to get some more playing time. Yeah.
Pierce.
Yeah. So
Pierce and all the other boys.
And whatchamacallit came off. One came off the edge, sacked the quarterback, caused a fumble. The other one picked it up, was running the ball, doing this right here. I don't know if he was doing the jelly or what, trying to lay it up. But that was, to me, that was like the highlight of the game, to see those 2 rookies go at it and do that, working together. You know, one's a linebacker / edge, and he did just that. He came from the linebacker position and slid down to the edge, and then they rushed hard, and he got to the quarterback quick, got the ball in his hand, and my other rookie picked it up. To me, that's a good sign of the future. But right now, we need a new coach. That's just really the facts.
Well, coaching aside, I agree, man. The defense that was a competitive game. It wasn't really lopsided. And then, like I said, Penix, when he decided he wanted the ball, him and Drake London, that they were doing their thing. The offense was hitting on all cylinders. They were competing. Even with the missed field goal, they could have had a chance to win the game still. So Atlanta, that kind of team that'll play like that after coming off a Miami game and go overseas next week and bust the Colts' head. That's the type of team they are. They pretty unpredictable.
Yeah,
the Colts are pretty wounded right now. I mean, mentally, because they've been
pride-wise, yeah.
So hey, James Jones is back to himself. Falcons can actually go over there and make some noise. So,
hey, man, I saw somebody post about Falcons say if your team is struggling or your team is your coach need to be saved, then you play the Falcons. We're the homecoming team. So it's a team we scheduled for homecoming. Damn. I can't argue with it.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Man. So I think Raheem is going to stay to the end of the season. I think the OC will be done before the end of the season. I see that definitely coming.
But, I know all last year, Corey, for your campaign, it was Fire Tire Bowls. Mm-hmm. And I once again, I'm with Telly, man, because you have a talented ass team in Atlanta. And, Ant always said coaching matters. And I agree with it, though. But something is not clicking with those guys or resonating with those guys for them to actually be able to put it together out on the field. And I think we all know it starts at the top. There's probably some other issues too, but right now for me, like Telly said, that bullseye is on Raheem Morris. And I think that, if they continue to lose a few more games, his ass is definitely out. He's definitely out. But it starts with him, man, because you have too much of a talented team. In my opinion, and I hate to say this, they probably should have been the favorites, in my opinion, in the NFC South, just based off pure talent alone in that roster, in my opinion. And they're not fucking performing. So somebody got to go.
Yeah, it's definitely coaching, man. From what I saw, I mean, Atlanta played a good game. I just think that y'all went away from the run and started passing more. And that damn Penix and London loved that connection. And honestly, there was one instance where Penix had the opportunity to run into the end zone, and he took out running. And who was on? I forgot who was on the left, wide open. All he had to do was dish it, and that'd have been a touchdown. But he decided.
You talking about that one where he was hauling ass?
Yes,
he hit like 0 to 60.
That's close, and he was like maybe 2-3 yards from the end zone. I was like, why not?
Yeah, because we were looking like, where did that speed come from? That acceleration.
But why not pass though? And I just think he wasn't using all his weapons for that game. So that's what I saw. But overall, it's still a good fucking game. Y'all did y'all thing.
That's a good take, Will. I think in that game for me, what clearly stood out was the difference in coaching, right? So, New England started out doing well. Somehow, some way, they got them boys in Atlanta to start playing second half, played a better half. I mean, we kept it close enough in the first half. Defense kept it close enough for us to be, you know, fighting chance. And the second half, they looked better as a team. And I don't even blame the kicker. Kickers miss these damn, you know, points all since they moved it back. Well, it's like a 30-something yard, whatever. They miss it. I'm not even mad at that. I'm mad at the execution down the line, the poor use of timeouts. Could have saved, and we've had that problem last year and had it again this year with his use of clock management as a head coach. So for me, if you can't get your team up to play and you can't execute what you're supposed to, and then when we get the ball back, defense do their job. Get us the ball back, and the piss poor play calling that you had out there, that's just another indication of coaching, a head coach stuff, and offensive coordinator. Just not, and y'all both on the field. Y'all stand next to each other, Dumb and Dumber. Still ain't getting it. So it's like, for me, man, I'm all about giving chances. But I said at the beginning of the season, if Raheem don't clean up his mess as a leader of this team, then he has to go. And he's already proven to me he's not a leader. Man. He's not. He's a soft-spoken punk.
Yeah, I see a coaching change.
You said soft-spoken punk?
I'm trying to keep it in the lines, Rich. I want to see
it is. He's in Atlanta, so when the dynamics have changed since I was going there as a young man. It ain't the same.
Right. He live in Buckhead or somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I got you.
He is in Atlanta.
We already know what it is.
So Rich saying Atlanta known for the switch up.
Hey, man. Hey. Atlanta is the San Francisco of the South.
Right.
Damn.
Hey, but one last question before we go into the league or whatever. With all that we know about our teams right now, is there really one contender coming out of the NFC South?
Just
is the book already written on who's coming out the NFC South?
It's you.
Yeah. I mean, I think right now, man, Tampa Bay is actually like clearly, you know, head and heels above everybody else, you know, in the South, based off play on the field. And I think, too, a lot of contributing factors for you guys are injuries. So just to think if you guys didn't have all these injuries and all these players on the field, our problem as far as the Panthers, the Saints, and the fucking Falcons, we're not executing, you know, the X's and the O's. We have bad coaching at times that's cost us games. Mental errors that's cost us games, whereas Tampa Bay has found a way with and at the Wounded Warrior Battalion practicing for the ball to get shit done. So
you don't think there's a way for the 5-4 Panthers to sneak in there?
I do. I
absolutely do.
If we stick to the game plan and feed Rico Dowdle the ball, that's actually going to open up everything, and Bryce Young has to play better. You know what? I was honestly surprised, man, with the way Rico Dowdle has been playing, that we wasn't looking for opportunities to ship out Chuba Hubbard. You drafted Trevor. You drafted Trevor Etienne for a reason. Yeah. You drafted him for a reason. So I would have looked to capitalize on that and trade a injured running back who's been injured for the last 2 years to try to capitalize on that and get another piece to actually add to that and build off Rico Dowdle, develop Trevor Etienne and all those other players around him, and actually make a serious run towards the playoff. But people are not serious in the organization. They don't want to win. And we saw that with some of the moves that were made today throughout the NFL, and I know we're going to talk about it. The people that made those serious wins, those serious moves, they want to win today. They're thinking about the organization, how they want to go out there and actually compete and be able to try to get that Lombardi trophy. All these other fucking people, no, they didn't do that.
Only have one caveat to that about, I mean, don't know if it's us rolling into our trade stuff. You know what? I'll hold it until we get to the trade talk today. I'll hold it.
Well, let's jump right into it because that's what we're talking about right now: the trade winners and the losers. How we feeling about it? I mean, some big names: Sauce Gardner going to the Colts as if they needed anything else, according to how they're currently built. Um, Jennings going to the Cowboys. It's a good move for them. That's a good move.
Yeah.
You know, and Dallas picked up another linebacker that was off the bench. So, you know, they rebuilding. They rebuilding. We understand that. But who else? Shaheed went to Seattle.
Yep.
We knew Shaheed was gonna be moved, but man, Seattle, him and Smith, come on. Ooh. And the way Sam Darnold is playing, like they going for it. Like Rich said, like the good teams are getting better. Like, hey, we need these pieces, you know, here in order to be competitive with those teams. And I feel like every team that needed to do that did that. Green Bay was already where they needed to be. Philly was where they needed to be, and they even got more. You know, Detroit didn't make any moves, but we all consider them top three. Like, hey, that's them the big dogs you got to hunt. You know, so for the most part, all the contenders underneath there made moves, except for one team. Except for one team, they're banking on people coming back from injuries. But how you feeling, Rich? Talk about it.
You said me?
Yes, sir.
I
Because
didn't
you
hear
was
you.
talking
How
about
am
it
I feeling?
earlier. That's what made us switch it
Yeah,
up and go into it.
yeah, man.
You like me?
I was like me. Oh, whoa, wow. No, I didn't actually hear you at first. But yeah, man. I thought we should have actually made a move, man. And cut your lockers with Chuba Hubbard. Because if Rico Dowdle is not on the actually field, man, we're making a huge mistake. That is our bread and butter. That is an identity. And we could actually shore up the offensive line even more, or actually went out there and got a defensive player. Dallas did a great move with getting Quinnen Williams. That's what we should have did. We should have got Derek Brown and those guys additional actually help. And that was one of the key plays from last week too. I don't know if you guys actually saw it. But you got a 6'5", 320-pound guy, never give up on the play and chase down Josh Jacobs. That's the kind of effort and consistency you need on every play. So we should have definitely went out there and got somebody else to add to the defensive side of the ball to kind of help stop the rush, or we should have got a more offensive lineman to actually better help protect Bryce, but we didn't do anything. So that was kind of disappointing and disheartening. Like I said, the teams that actually want to win, they made the right moves to fit the right players in those right systems, and they're going to go out there and they're going to compete. And I'm just interested to see how everything shakes out at the end of the day.
I mean, to me, like there's buyers and sellers. Like you stated, the buyers they were purchasing today.
Absolutely.
They trying to get somewhere, and then the sellers like. The Saints,
Saints.
Whatever,
Yeah.
Saints, the Jets.
They selling. They giving up the booty. It's $40, no snap, so they giving it up. Whatever they need to do, you know what I'm saying? Then you got those middle, the ones in the middle who just stuck, and they trying to figure themselves out this season. They didn't know whether they should bought or sold. And the teams that made moves, man, they made moves, and we know what they're trying to do. That's all I'm saying. Like them other cats, like what you stuck in purgatory. You keep doing the same stuff. You content with being right there.
The Saints.
No, we knew y'all was selling, motherfucker. Y'all.
Yeah, we selling, but we still stuck in purgatory too, man. We just doing some dumb shit.
What teams y'all think should have made moves that didn't?
Obviously, the Panthers. That's for me.
No, I think the Bills. The Bills should have went after Rasheed.
Yeah. That benefit.
That's what I don't understand. We all see it, but that it is obvious. That's what you need, but you do nothing when there are plenty targets out there you can get probably for a second or third round pick. You probably ain't even got to give a first rounder. You know, and that's my whole thing with the picks. Whatever. If you're a contender, a draft pick next year ain't gonna help you this year.
And that's why I wanted Ant to be on here so we can have this discussion, because in his opinion, 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner was not worth it. I get it, and you know, when you look at it in the big scheme of things, you probably think like, okay, that's a bad deal. However, when you look at the Colts team and how they're structured right now, who they already have on contracts that ain't going anywhere,
right?
Why would I actually risk not getting a player like Sauce Gardner? Everybody's talking about his numbers are down and things of that nature. They don't throw to him, and he's on a very bad team. When I don't know what I'm actually getting out of the draft, I'm adding a valuable piece to my team that's already solid. Even though y'all had a setback last week, but I'm adding a very solid piece of already a solid defense, and I'm trying to win a championship. I thought that was a great move from the Indianapolis Colts, and I give that. You know, Irsay's daughters, maybe they're not the, you know, maybe they wasn't the ones that thought of it, but they're in those leadership positions and they pull the trigger and make that deal. So I give them all the credit in the world, man. And I think it was very worth giving up 2 first-round draft picks.
But see, they didn't finish the sentence, Rich. What they should have said, 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner to the Colts is a bad deal unless. You see, because it's a bad deal for like, let's say Atlanta do that. Atlanta do that right now. They give up 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. What's they gonna really do for them right now?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got the Colts on the other hand, 2 first-round picks for Sauce Gardner. Colts are 7-2 on top of their division. They trying to stay there and get farther than that because they realize, hey, we mistakenly got this window, put it in our lap, and we're not gonna waste it. So you don't waste an opportunity over a draft pick that you know nothing about.
Yeah, and I agree with you too. And I agree with you, and that's a very good example of saying that, because if you would have said that Atlanta, Carolina, I'm not going to just put everything on Atlanta, Carolina, which we don't need a cornerback, and the Saints gave up 2 first-round draft picks for Sauce Gardner, then I would have said that organization are completely fucking idiots.
Right.
That would have been a bad deal, but that did not happen. He went to a contender who's already solid all across the board, that's solidified even more, and they're trying to actually win a championship this year and not depend on guys who are unproven at all. Great move by them.
Yeah, it's like we said. Oh, my bad.
No.
Oh, it's like we were saying, man. You know how you build up a team, and then if one walks out, one can walk right into it, and it's not like you're not missing a beat. So yeah, definitely.
And I think this is another point that I think Ant probably forgot about and didn't actually look at. Travarius Ward is on that team as well. And he's only out because of a stupid ass play in practice.
Yep. So
think when he comes back with the team that they already got and adding a Sauce Gardner. I really don't want to see the Colts win a Super Bowl because I think their uniforms are ugly. But that's
your only reason.
Wow. That's my only reason. But that's well, and they got Shaggy as a quarterback. Not Shaggy the singer, but off Scooby Doo.
Even worse.
But that's a solid team, man.
Scooby Doo is barking though.
That's a solid team.
Right now, Scooby Doo is speaking their language that only Shaggy can understand.
Exactly. And he's performing outside of last week.
Yep. And to the world, it's like Scooby Doo can talk, but he really can't. Shaggy just high. And speaking of high, there's some lows in the trade. There's some losers in the trade, man. I feel like the Buccaneers lost. And the reason I say that is because through 8 games, I know we've been injury depleted, or whatever. But in the right areas, there weren't injuries up until Hassan Reddick, got injured in that game. And you could see the front four wasn't getting it done. Bowles had to scheme the blitz. You know, every once in a while, you know, Vita would get back there through a scheme, you know, and they starting to come on right now, but then Riddick gets hurt. You needed one more piece or two to add to that defense because it's already playing solid. You know, Levante's getting old, and Dennis, oh my goodness, this boy blowing coverages. He can hit, but he can't cover to save his life. So it's just like having KJ Britt back there again from last year. You know, he gonna be a run stopper, you know, but having to cover somebody, jeez, he gets solid as concrete, man. So they had an opportunity to address those areas. If you're gonna say fine, my wide receivers and Bucky are coming back, and my right tackle who started practice, Gedeke is coming back. So you're thinking, okay, this is gonna give us the push we need as far as the O line, you know, whatever. Defenses of split coverage to Mecca now. Mike is out, and you see what happening now. Offense ain't so potent. I get it, Bucky's out, you know, whatever, but offense, hey, you slide the coverage to Mecca, and like I said, Mecca, Chris Godwin hopefully comes back. So that's two route runners, two 1B receivers. If Mike was there, that'd be 1A. So that's two 1B receivers running the same identical type routes. Thank God Tez is on the team to stretch the field, you know, whatever. But it's just they could address some areas instead of relying on the injured coming back, you know, because they're gonna come back still injured. You know what I mean? And Light doesn't like to give away draft picks. He likes to hold on to them. But like we just said, Rich, if you're a contender, that draft pick ain't helping me this year.
Ain't helping you at
This
all.
is my window. So the longer you keep rebuilding, like I like to build through the draft. Okay, that's your MO. You like to build through the draft. Well, how long is the rebuild? So it's like, how long you gonna build before you say, hey, this
Facts.
one ready? You know what I'm saying? So,
Facts. So
relying on injuries and returning players, that's their MO. So to me personally, is a recipe for the same thing we do every year. It's insanity. You hold on to your draft picks and you content with going to the first fighting to week 18 against either the Panthers or the Falcons to see who wins the division. You backing into the playoffs for one game, one and done. That's what you're okay with. When you had the opportunity to go farther, you didn't make the move to pull the trigger because you scared. You draft well, but you don't hit in free agents. And he sat on his hands, man. So we know what the fate is.
what move? So Corey, what move would you like? Would you like to see happen?
Well,
For
initially, Phillips from Miami, he went for a 6th round. He went for a 6th round pick to Philly.
That's Howie, man. Howie be cooking, boy.
Like I told y'all, I don't give 2 fucks. If you're a Super Bowl champion and you still winning the next year and you come to me for a piece, man, get on out of here. I ain't talking to you. I'm not helping you repeat again. If I'm a competitor, why am I going to help you? Nah, man. You know, but they got Phillips for a 6th round, and then I'm like, okay, Chubb. They got 2 for 1 special going on in Miami, you know. Chubb. You don't want to go to Chubb. Okay. Thibodeau ain't getting burned in New York with the Giants. Thibodeau. Y'all remember that monster DN came out by 2 years ago, whatever. He ain't getting no burn. Bring him on down here with us. There were DNs available.
Yeah, so solidifying, that defense by getting one of those big name defensive ends like a Phillips, like a Kayvon Thibodeau. Okay.
Yeah.
I get it.
That's it. I get it. Hey, but you ain't do nothing. So we're relying on getting key pieces back. So hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that is frustrating because y'all are contending. But it is what it is.
Yeah,
get your blood up no more.
my thoughts on Atlanta, man, is like I'm not even upset about us not doing anything in trade. Why? One, we don't have no damn draft picks, and we don't have anybody on the team that we can give up to another team for draft picks. So, some people might say, well, why we didn't do anything? We didn't make any moves. And I've seen a few posts from our Atlanta regulars, and they talked about that. And I honestly, the person that had the least problem with in leadership in Atlanta is Terry Fontenot. I think he's done pretty well. People question him. I think he's done pretty well by, drafting and stacking the team. Now that kicker situation, I don't agree with that shit, but I think that's somebody else's idea, and he's gonna get blamed for it. But I think that's a dumb move. I think they should have kept Romo. I think he was fine. He just had a bad. He had a bad kick. I mean, he's missed some kicks, 2 kicks this year, but how many kicks did miss last year before we finally let him go? Cool. So
yeah, 1 young cool.
Critical kicks is what they missed, and that kick is not a critical. It wasn't a field goal to win the game. It was to tie the game, and defense still needed to do what they did, and they did it. And they gave the ball back to you, and you did nothing with it. So you still could have won the game. Could have gave another chance to redeem himself. Got close enough for a field goal. Bam. But no. So I'm not mad at them for not making any moves because we really don't have the room to wiggle to make that happen. We need to add players. I think we've added people that's free agents has been sitting on the couch or bagging groceries somewhere. So we had a quarterback and a safety, and then obviously this kicker. So we did what we could do without trading anything away, and I'm fine with that. So as far as everybody else goes, I think Dallas did a little bit better with getting Quentin Williams. Helping that area that's going to help with their pass rush. Somewhat potentially help with their rush defense. I think he's going to be better as a player. I think he's a talented guy, but he never really popped. A few years he's been in the Jets because he's had, to me, not so good, coaching on the defensive side schemes. So I think Dallas might be a better place for him to thrive at. I think the Jets, man, a lot of people are hating on what they did, but when you look at it, they stacked up on picks like it's like ridiculous, man. Like they got 2 first-round picks and 2 second-round picks for next year. They got 3 first rounds and a second round for 2027. That's what 8 picks off of 2 players. Yeah, hell yeah, that's moving.
Now see, I just looked up. You triggered something, man. I looked up salary caps for next year, and y'all $8 million in the red, Telly, and the Saints, 34 mil in the red. Mm-hmm. So y'all gonna be hurting next year.
We'll be all right. We can move some contracts around and free up some money, but honestly, we just need a couple people healthy. I think Diablo did pretty well for us. I didn't know what to do beforehand, but I definitely know it's different when he came into the game. I know it's different when he went out. When he went down with that broken forearm, our defense hadn't really been the same in getting pressure on the quarterback. And they ran some different schemes the last couple of games to try to help in that a little bit. But I think when he comes back, then the defense will look a little bit better. But honestly, we don't really need to spend money on nobody, premier anybody. First things first is probably secure Kyle Pitts, but you can extend him, franchise tag him if you want to for another year. So he's the only person I'm really looking at having to hold on to. Everybody else is paid. Penix is not even there yet. The wide receivers are all done. I mean, can we add a wide receiver somewhere? Yeah, but we can probably get that from the draft. And
so, if I'm hearing you correct, T, you saying you're going to re-sign Kyle Pitts. That's what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, to me, he's having a good year, bro. But we all know how it go is if he plays, and I think this is the key, man. If that kid gets he has a decent quarterback now. If he gets a good offensive coordinator, he's still a freak. He just hasn't been playing. And I think this showed me flashes of what he's capable of because he's a mismatch nightmare for every defense.
So y'all franchise tag him because this is the first year of consistency we have seen with him as far as his potential. So you say you franchise him, and let's say Pitt say I ain't playing on no franchise tag.
Ain't got to. We still own the rights so somebody can't take him. And so you can get franchise tag, and only thing he can do is sit out. He can't go nowhere.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's gonna do that. I think he'll be okay with that because it's good money as a franchise tag. It ain't cheap money. It's good money. It's more than what he makes now as a rookie. He's still on a rookie contract, so he's gonna make good money on the franchise tag. And I think that's smart because you franchise tag him. That doesn't kill our salary cap. Because honestly, he's really, I think, the most important person we got to sign. Everybody else can be restructured and done different things. So that's my
Yeah. No, I'm inclined to agree with you, Telly. I think Kyle Pitts, man, is a talented dude. But there's a lot of raw, untapped potential that haven't actually come out there. And that goes back to what we talked about, pretty much on all of these shows about actually coaching. So I think they have to tap into that and put people into place to actually unleash that potential. When I think of Kyle Pitts, man, and I look at his skill set, he's not as big as a Vernon Davis. But when you look at the speed, just as pure athleticism, like what is Atlanta doing?
They're not stretching the field with him.
Exactly. You literally had a freak of nature that runs like wide receivers, plays like a fucking small forward and on a basketball field when he's positioned his guy, and you want to throw the ball to a wannabe rapper, Ray McCloud, that's not even on the team.
I still want to know what happened to Ray, Telly. Hold on. I still want to know what happened to Ray. Because ain't nobody said nothing. He went in witness protection or something.
Hey, you and me both, brother. I want to know what happened to him. It's my team, and I don't even know. But hey, they just said it was, conduct unbecoming. Y'all know what that means.
Talk to the ownership of Magic City.
Hey man, he had too many lemon pepper wings. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Man, I told y'all Ray wanted to rap. He wanted to be a rapper. He didn't want to play ball no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I like the Sauce Gardner trade. We were talking about winners and losers.
Mm-hmm.
But the Jets, I guess they rebuilding. Because they could have let Breece Hall go, man. You get rid of those pieces.
I think they should have.
Yeah.
So did anybody want him or anything? Because come on, if they get rid of they key defenders, Breece should have been the next in line. Nobody picked.
True.
I mean, I think they should have let Breece Hall go. And I think teams that probably could have used him, one team that come to mind, even though he's having a decent year, Kansas City definitely could have used him. That would have been a great move for them.
Yep.
Jacksonville could have added some depth. They could have got rid of some players. But Kansas City is the prime place. If they wanted to win, you should have went after Breece Hall. And I think as a Jets organization, you got rid of all these other players. Let that man go. You clearly say you're rebuilding. You don't think that you guys are going to do anything in this season. Why put him potentially in harm's way? Because he's going to go out there and play for that money on a team that ain't going nowhere. Let him go to a contender. The Chiefs probably should have.
What does he have to play for the rest of the season? For real?
Nothing at all.
Oh,
but the Chiefs with the injury to Isaiah. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would be doing.
They wouldn't see me. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
I will be an ant with the Wounded Warrior battalion.
Ball practice.
Pull me out.
Yep. Be like, I can't make it.
Yep.
Oh man,
shit, I'm on the cake detail.
But yeah, I'm surprised Sean Payton didn't make a move, man. Go snatch Kamara up. They in contending status. Because right now, y'all know the standings, right? Let me share them with you. If we for the NFC, it's the division leaders for each of them. And then over there in the AFC, KC would not be in the playoffs if everything was to end today.
Yeah.
Denver is leading the conference. You know, and the Chargers are a little banged up, so I think Denver, they win it. That's what I think.
Yeah, so right now you'll have New England, Buffalo, Indiana, Denver, the Chargers,
In Pittsburgh.
No, Pittsburgh. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, because they're the division leaders. It'd be Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and then you have outside looking in is Jacksonville and KC.
Yeah.
Is that right? 2, 3.
Yeah, that's right.
6.
That's right.
Yeah. Go back to the NFC. Go back to the NFC real quick, bro. So here we'll have Philly, Green Bay, Seattle, Tampa, Rams, and you'll have Carolina and San Francisco outside looking in.
Yep.
What about
weird
Detroit
right now? Because
now it's really weird because you got. I mean,
you have Detroit and San Francisco outside looking in.
Yeah, well, because did Detroit play Chicago yet? I think they did.
Yeah, one time. You know,
Who
they got to play again.
Who got the win? The first one was it Detroit? Chicago.
They just won.
That's right. So Chicago holds a tiebreaker.
Yep. So
with Detroit. So that's very interesting.
It'll be Chicago and San Francisco on the outside looking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So the NFC West right now has the opportunity to put 3 freaking teams into the playoffs. That's crazy.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, I mean, you're looking at schedules, something that's going to shake up because they're going to play each other at some point.
You play to win the game, Herm Edwards. It's definitely going to be interesting, man. Dallas got a little better. Think they still in contention in the NFC East?
No.
Nah.
They got better, but they got better for next year. They got better for this year. It's a wrap.
Dallas needs to actually focus on trying to get better defensive backs. I don't know if y'all saw that play with Marvin Harrison Jr.
That's
do the stanky leg.
Yeah. With Deron Bland.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Trayvon Diggs is on, but he's horrible. He had that great year, but the guy can't stop from peeking in the backfield. He's constantly getting burned on plays. He's probably thinking about hanging out with his brother and going to strip clubs as well, with Ray McCloud. But they should have actually went after some defensive backs as well, bro. Because that's probably outside of, not being able to put pressure on the ball. Their cornerbacks are horrible.
Their whole defense is horrible. They can't stop the run. They can't stop anything. They can't. Kobe Brissett was out there looking like vintage Randall Cunningham, man. He was out school with it, bro, dropping dimes. He was dropping dimes. And speaking of Jacoby, I hear Kyler's medical team said that he's going to need a little longer to recover. So remember, they went from he could have possibly played on Monday night. Now all of a sudden, the foot, they need a little more longer to recover. So he's going to be out a little while longer.
NFL politics, boy.
Yep.
Wow. That man got a soft benching.
I think you think they're going to move up Kyler this year, man? I think they're going to move up Kyler.
You think so?
Yeah.
Say that again, Telly.
Kyler might get moved this year.
To where?
Off season.
I'm kind of with you because, like you said, Troy Aikman last night was even talking about, how the offense is predicated on the quarterback being up under center, some of the time, and how, Kyler doesn't like to be under center. That's not his thing. He don't want to do that.
He can't see.
And then Jacoby Brissett comes in Jacoby comes in, that prototypical, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning type quarterback, and he operating that offense like, he's seeing stuff that he don't see. All of a sudden, him and Marvin Harrison Jr. got chemistry.
I was just about to say that. Has Marvin
Yeah.
Harrison productivity improved with Jacoby Brissett? Vice
Absolutely.
when Minnie Mouse was in there?
Yeah.
But real talk, we all know Jacoby Brissett is not a starting quarterback. He's a
career backup.
He's a career backup. He's a good 3 to 4 game guy. After that, he go back to the reason why he's on the bench. He's traveled well. He's an experienced quarterback. He does well, but he's no one starting quarterback. So
kind of like Joe Flacco doing, right?
Right. If Arizona gets off of Kyler, which I think it might be that time anyway, where do they go?
Interesting.
Nesmire.
You think so? From LSU?
Boy,
Yeah.
don't do that shit.
Yeah.
Don't do that shit.
I don't know about
That's
that.
Yeah.
Nussmeier's not a bad quarterback, man.
No, he's not.
Garbage.
No, he's not.
Garbage.
No, he's not. I'm saying he okay. So you're saying he getting drafted there, Will?
Oh
Just
no,
all
he's gonna get
things
drafted.
Louisiana.
Watch that bullshit.
What about the kid from Indiana?
Do you believe in him?
No, but he's a Heisman favorite. He's a Heisman favorite right now, but no, I don't.
Oh, shit.
But sometimes, people's perception and what they actually see is kind of misleading, and they'll take a shot on quarterbacks like that. So if you can actually draft a Tyler Shaw, you definitely can draft a kid out of Indiana.
Oh, every time you say
So you could draft Nesmire.
Yep,
You can.
Sure the fuck can.
So you're saying Nesmire you have more confidence in than the quarterback from Indiana?
I don't know. It's very I mean, it's great topic for debate because some people may say, "What about Arch Manning?"
Oh,
like I think only thing with him is that name.
I don't think no people in here would ever say that.
Nah, we wouldn't.
No,
It's gonna be 3 years for Art to come out, bro. He ain't going
like
nowhere.
his granddaddy said, he ain't coming out.
He's
Not coming out. They knew.
Yeah, he's all the spotlight is off of him, and he's starting to play a little bit better. Although somewhat lesser competition, but he's starting to play better because the spotlight's not on him. So if you look at Texas right now, they've been trending upwards. And he played some pretty solid ball the last couple of games. He hadn't done any turnovers. He stayed within the system, storing the ball very well. A couple touchdowns, 3-4 touchdowns a game. So he's playing well, but there's no spotlight on him. He couldn't handle all that pressure. And that's real. A lot of them quarterbacks.
That's a fair statement.
So
what if Arizona pulled what if they pulled a rabbit out the hat and went and got Justin Fields?
That would be insane and very stupid.
Yeah, I don't. Justin is man. I don't know. Jets was not a good move for him. I think he was in a good space in Pittsburgh. He probably should have stayed there. He could have learned some stuff from Aaron Rodgers if they still wouldn't got Aaron Rodgers. He could have learned a couple things from him. I still think he could be a decent quarterback. He's just up and down, and some of that is in his head.
And I agree. I think his mental is shook. And I think in order to actually get that back, you have to put him with a veteran quarterback that's been successful and put him in the system with a great coach to kind of get his mojo back. Send him to Jamaica. That's how Stella got her groove back. Bring his ass back, put him on the football field, and he'll be able to get out there and actually do it. But I think you have to put that kid, man, in a position that he can go out there and be successful with a great coaching scheme, great coaching and stuff like that, because he's definitely shooken when it comes to confidence. And you can see it in this play. For a guy to have that much talent, the athleticism, the athletic ability to go out there and be able to be a good NFL starting quarterback, he is not doing that shit whatsoever.
Will, is this the end for Justin Jefferson, or does he continue on with the Jets?
I don't even know. Don't make me lie to you.
Kelly, where Justin Fields playing at next year? If you were to guess,
He gonna stay with the Jets. They just put him on a contract for 2 years, I think it was. So he'll stay with the Jets, man. He'll probably be a backup quarterback if they find somebody. If not, he's gonna be a starting quarterback. So they'll go because they really don't. I mean, they got a damn ass ton of draft picks now, but again, who they gonna get? Who they gonna get?
so we're saying Aaron Glenn's job is safe.
Yeah, because they retooling. So you won't fire him and retool now. He got 1 year. I look at him like what's the cat name that was in New England? That black
Yeah,
Jared Mayo.
Jerry Mayo. He was there. They had all them draft picks or whatever. They did some drafting. He drafted well. And they let him have that 1 year, and then they went and got Vrabel
Axie.
straight. They paid him, and then they bounced that dude. They ain't seen him nowhere since. He probably a smart man. Took his money and ran. Say, so yeah. I think he'll be there for a year because they look, man. You got 4 draft picks in addition to what you probably already have for 2026.
yeah, they're loaded.
It's gonna be like, and the Jets choose, and the Jets choose, and the Jets choose, or
the Jets trade back.
Yeah, and get whatever, right? So they might trade one of those late first round for a 3rd round and 4th round. So they're gonna be loaded, man. They obviously you can draft well, they'll mean the team changes, but all that draft capital, they might be able to move and get some pieces that's out there somewhere that we're not even thinking about that's available to them. So, what if they get a Kyler Murray and a good OC?
I think it's going to be the same until he learned to see over the line some of those deep crossing routes or those intermediate crossing routes. Not going to be able to hit. I ain't got time for that.
He better than Justin Fields, all right?
Now that's a debate for you, right?
He have a good running back. He'll have a good number 1 wide receiver. And they can pick up some other pieces for him, man. I think that could be a move. They can afford it.
Is he really better than Justin Fields though?
Yeah.
Or is it that he's in a better system? I think Kyler Murray's biggest problem is his inability to want to conform to how the coaches want him to play. We just talked about it. He doesn't like to play under center. And when you go to a certain team and you put him in certain situations, that's what it called for. So I don't really see him going to the Jets would make the Jets any better. I think Justin Fields is a good quarterback who just needs some guidance and put in the right system, and you will see a hell of a resurgence from him because he has all the tools. He definitely has all the tools. He just haven't been put in the right situation to be able to go out there and thrive. I agree with you. He probably should have stayed in Pittsburgh. Hell, I even thought he should have stayed in Chicago. Seeing what Chicago did with getting Johnson, plus all the talent that they had or would have had around him, that could have been a very ideal team for him. But that didn't happen. And now he's with the lowly Jets. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do in these upcoming years with, like you said, all this draft capital, and see if they do intend to actually go with Justin Fields and build with him as a quarterback. What are they going to put around him to make him successful? Or are they going to continue being the Jets?
That's why he should have stayed with Pittsburgh, because how many chances is he going to give him? Because now we were saying the same thing about if he can get the wide receivers and all of this. He had the wide receivers and the defense in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. Why would you leave that?
I think he left because of what happened. He's playing well. He had a winning record, and they pretty much
benched him.
Yep.
For Russell, which Russell he just didn't do well. So,
and that's him not understanding the business side of it.
Yeah, he's young, but he wants
his immaturity.
He's immature. So, but look at what he went through in Chicago, man. that he's really gone through hell, to be honest with you. He's really been through hell in his career. Just went to Chicago. That's the worst thing that could happen for anybody. Between Chicago and Cleveland, man, that's like a graveyard for quarterbacks. Players.
I mean, I get it, Telly, but has he really been through hell?
Yes. He was in Chicago, bro. He went from he had the only glimmer of hope for him was when he was in Pittsburgh. Yes, immaturity caused him to go to the Jets. He went from like 6,000 degree hell in Chicago to maybe 3,000 degree hell with the Jets. The only time he been anywhere cool was when he was in Pittsburgh. So that man's whole career, it is what it is. But this is what people think right now.
God damn.
Oh man, savage.
Damn.
Well, he richer than the person who created that meme, so whatever.
Real talk.
I guess.
That's creative.
Yes, sir. But all right, fellas, we gotta make sure we get our picks in, man. Any upcoming games that we watching, key matchup?
Oh no.
I
I don't know, man. I think we was just talking about NFC West, man. So the 49ers and the Rams play this weekend.
Oh,
That's
gonna be a good one.
You about to start breaking up those, that NFC West how people they got in. So, Rich, if you keep playing well, man, you're gonna find yourself from on the outside to the inside. And Corey's wish of two people from the NFC South will be real. So 2 teams.
Man, it looked like Green Bay and Philly on Monday night gonna be the matchup.
Which Green Bay team are gonna get though?
Right.
yeah. Who's gonna show up?
I think this game is crucial for Green Bay.
I think they're about to get foot stomped though.
Two game slide, in the NFC ain't gonna be good.
Yeah, I think foot stomp, man. To be honest with you, they probably get foot stomp because Philly, to me, Philly probably won the trade, which ain't no shock, because Howie be doing what Howie do. They all the places they had some problems at, they just fixed it.
I thought about that too, T, and my only issue is Zaire Alexander. What do they really get? Like, is okay, I hear the name. When I hear the name, I think of, what was. He ain't been there. I don't think
I think
it's
more of an insurance policy and just want to add a little bit of depth. That's what it is.
Yeah, you can put so if you don't rely on him to be a starting QB, but you put him in on certain schemes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I think he'll do well because they got the rookie talent back.
Yeah, I feel he better than what they have on the roster, but it's like that ain't no. We ain't rolling our coverage. We ain't rolling, throwing away from him.
He remind me a little bit at this juncture in his career when Nanami Asawa played with the Raiders. Phenomenal season he had. I was pissed at him because he was having such a great year, and he also married Kerry Washington. So I was definitely mad at his ass. But that scheme that he was in, he looked like a superstar. Soon as he got moved, garbage.
He looked like garbage.
Garbage.
It was
he was exposed.
It wasn't you.
Yeah, he was exposed. So I think with Zaire moving there, they're gonna put him in schemes, and you're gonna like, damn, this dude is back to being a Pro Bowler, and it ain't that. It's just that he's going to be in the right scheme to be successful. So I think that's a great pickup for Philly, and I think they're going to make those adjustments and put them in those packages and make them run.
Yeah.
Right. I'm just saying with the way that division working out, Green Bay can't afford another loss right now.
Yeah, but I think they
everybody
about.
else
To,
is hot right now.
I think they about to get another one though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. Monday night.
Yeah,
You know, and then I'm not
that's
tooting my own horn, but
that opened
the
the doors for
Patriots got
us.
to come back to reality there on Sunday. The Drake May
So,
talk is gonna come down a little bit on Sunday.
Where they
who?
playing
It's
at?
time. They playing here in Tampa. They playing here.
Oh, New England.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Y'all got rested. I think the only thing for y'all is one. Hopefully, you got rest and got some of the injuries taken care of a little bit. Brought you back to at least 85, 90%.
Yeah.
And you don't come out too rusty, because I think that could be a recipe for disaster for y'all. That's all.
Yeah.
That scares me sometimes. Come off of a bye week, man. You lose your momentum.
Yeah,
Yeah.
normally you would, but that bye week wrote the Bucks off. You know, it's been quiet. So, and Baker ended on a sour note. He ended on a sour note because remember they gave him the grade for the worst performance in a win.
Hey,
So
it's
he
still
been
a
in a
win.
slump.
It's still a win, though. Don't give a damn what nobody said.
Yep.
Right. But
Yeah,
what I'm
win is
saying,
a
he's been
win.
in a slump, so they can't. He's not coming out. They're not coming out that way. They got something to prove because it was riding the wave MVP talk, and all of a sudden now you don't even hear that name no more when it comes to MVP talk. It's Drake
Man.
May and Donald, because you win, you keep getting talked about. So
Well,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I don't put no Drake May. In my opinion, Drake May is not in the MVP conversation. Baker's
No.
still up there. I don't think you can actually do discredit to that man and actually disrespect him like that. I'm actually, going with Tampa Bay, to pull out the win for one reason only. Cardi B is probably going to be with Stephon Diggs in Tampa, and she's probably going to actually take him to the local strip clubs. So his mind is not going to be in the game.
Right down the street from the
Down the street. So
hey, I
the
want
Bucks-
his mind in the game because I ain't worried.
but yeah, man, I think that's
I'm
kind
not
of
worried.
I think that's kind of disrespectful though, man. To Baker Mayfield to see the well he's played, giving with the people that he had on the field.
Yep.
I think if I was Baker Mayfield, I would have been pissed at Todd Bowles and that coaching staff for bringing back Mike Evans. We talked about this extensively, Corey. That was a dumbass move with nothing to prove, and you lost your number one receiver. Well, for the whole, for the entire regular season, you may get him back, in the playoffs, but that was a horrible move.
I'm not finna get mad. So I'm not finna do it. That's the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, like, follow, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in and keep watching us, man. Thank y'all for the love. We out.
All right, peace.